welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to give you a quick garden update for the month of June. This is beginning. Today is June 4th, so just a quick update. Come along with me. Alright, so here first we have our lettuce garden. It's a raised bed that we have for lettuces and greens. Our rabbit has enjoyed these more than we have. Our iceberg lettuce is still growing, still heading up nicely. Our onions, broccoli, and cabbage have really grown since the last time you've seen them. I'm really especially proud of the onions. I'm pretty sure they're way far behind where they're supposed to be. We planted them a little later than we should, but they are doing well. We do have cabbage worms that have been munching away on the broccoli and the cabbage. I've been hand picking them and squashing them. So we finally have a broccoli head there. Super exciting. I just hope it does not bolt in this hot weather that we're having. It's been anywhere from 80 up to 89 this past week, the past weekend actually, and the nights have been anywhere between 55 and 60-ish. So, but they're doing well for what we've got, and they're still growing. Here we've got poblano and cayenne pepper. These are new additions that we've added to the garden. We had this space open and we figured why not grow some hotter peppers? So we did. Our cherry tomatoes are coming in nicely. I'm so excited for these to ripen up so we can snack on them. Here we've got our okra plants. They're growing really nicely. They're starting to get their first true set of leaves, and they're starting to get a little taller. This is one of our slicing tomato plants. This is our beefsteak. It actually does not currently look like a beefsteak tomato, but that's what it is. Here's a glimpse of one of our jalapeno plants. They are producing like crazy right now. A lot of our pepper plants got stunted when we planted them in the ground, so they're really working on growing new leaves, and I think they're gonna hit another round of flowering soon, but our jalapenos have done excellent so far. There's a couple of them that are almost ripe enough to harvest, but I'm gonna let them go a little longer. As I said, this is one of our beefsteak plants. It does not look like a beefsteak tomato to me, but time will tell. We'll see what happens. Here we've got our nasturtium plants that we've got in between our cherry tomatoes on the trellis. They are dwarf nasturtiums, and they are all red in color. And they've started blooming recently and they're beautiful. Here you can see a few of our other cherry tomatoes. I believe that's the Super Sweet 100s. Here is an area where I pulled out the snow peas and snap peas, or excuse me, shelling peas and snap peas. And since those have been pulled up and they're done producing, I've planted cantaloupe. Here is a flower of our cucumber. They are producing so many flowers, no fruit yet, but I do see a few started. Here's one of our crookneck yellow squash. It might be a straight neck. It's a yellow squash for sure though. And over here we've got an acorn squash growing. I have been hand pollinating the squash recently because the male to female blooms and the ratios are all off, and I'm trying to help them along as much as I can. They're starting to get bigger. I hope that they continue producing more leaves. They're doing really well. They were also a little shocked when we put them in the ground, but they're doing much, much better. And I have been fertilizing them with Neptune's Harvest, the liquid fertilizer, so I think they're liking that as well. Here we have our watermelon seedlings. I direct sowed these about 2 weeks ago. For watermelon varieties, we have the Blacktail Mountain and the Amish Moon and Stars. Corn that we have is starting to come up, starting to look great. Rabbits have been chewing on it a little, but they are growing. This is our gourd plant. They are the birdhouse gourds that I'm wanting to dry out and make birdhouses out of. They're starting to get blossoms on them. And here's another shot of the other side of the watermelon. I think 2 seeds got into that hole. There's 2 plants there, and then there is a single watermelon seedling. Alright, and here we've got our rhubarb plants. They have actually, since we planted the transplant seedlings, they did well, they died back, and now they're coming back with a vengeance. The leaves are as big as my hand, and, well, at least on one plant they are, and they're doing really well. I've got this random okra plant planted in this bed because I soaked the seeds and I needed somewhere to put it. So we'll have an okra plant over there as well. Our strawberry plants, kind of the same story as the rhubarb. We planted them, they were bare root. They stayed very small, produced very little fruit, which we then plucked off most of the flowers, and now they're coming back great. The foliage looks even better. These are our flower beds. We've got these sunflowers that have grown. They're as tall as I am now. Different varieties of the sunflowers, so rabbits have been feasted on those as well, but we've got a few strong ones left. These are poppies. These are a pink variety that are going to be blooming soon. And over here we have an orange variety, the California Golden Poppy, that are starting to bloom. They open all day and they close back up at night. We've got zinnias in a zigzag around the sunflowers on the second level. And here's another sunflower that has purple edges around the leaves. I found this little cricket grasshopper guy on one of the sunflower leaves, and I just thought he was so cute. I had to film him. If he's dangerous to the garden, please comment below and let me know. Here we have our raspberry bushes. They are producing raspberries and we're so excited. We had the most perfect, absolutely ripe raspberry on Saturday, and we wanted to go out in town, have fun, and when we came back I was excited to pick it, and wouldn't you know, it was eaten. Somebody had eaten it, and here's a half-eaten one that was not completely ripe yet, but they took it upon themselves to enjoy it anyway. Our herb garden is not growing a lot just yet, but we have our thyme, basil, sage, bee balm, oregano, dill, and cilantro. The cilantro is getting way too hot, so I've started some up on the deck so it can stay in the shade for the remainder of the summer if it decides to grow. And here's just an overall view of the garden that we've got going on so far. Isn't it beautiful?